Hello everyone and welcome to Spartan Gaming. Today we'll be playing Return to Mysterious Island 2, which is obviously the sequel to the first game. I'm not gonna lie, this second game is quite bobbins. It doesn't even rank in my top 10, unfortunately. They really screwed it up. But yeah, we'll get into more details about that later. Some good things about this game that they added is the ability to control the volume for everything. Instead of just having one volume slider, you can actually turn the music all the way down and have Mina's voice. Because in the first game, the music was too overpowering sometimes, and you could never hear Mina. They fixed that, so that's good. Anyway, before we begin, we'll start a new game and we'll hit the cutscene. And yeah, should we do crab? Yeah.
Delta 4, this is Romeo 5. The island is at least 30 kilometers long. There's a mountain to the west. I've arrived on target area. I've got a visual on the girl. Castaway on board with her monkey. My two passengers are in good shape. Returning to base. Clear.
Right. So, the first thing I don't like is the fact that they changed the black and white sepia kind of image cutscenes to color. I always liked the old style black and white. I'm not a fan of the colored ones. It looks like a really lame comic book. Did you notice that Mina was in the back of the helicopter and now for some reason she's at the front? There is no back. That's a glaring problem right there. But yeah, this game, I don't know why they added things in this game that just make no sense. It's like this game is super short. Like you can probably complete it in less than an hour easily. If you know what you're doing, that is. Like kind of like the first game, but the first game, even though you could complete it fast, it never really got boring. In this game, they added so much busy work. Like it's just too much. But you know what? I'm gonna stop complaining and I'll think about the good things. I don't know how to say it at the moment. So, yeah, you're freeing Mina, and then you're clicking on this door to get out. Easy. I'm pretty sure you're not timed. Yeah, I just don't like these coloured cutscenes. They look weird. I like them black and white. They kind of fit the game more, you know, with the whole 1860 type of genre. And there's Mina. Yeah, another thing that I'm really not a fan of is the fact that you control Jep and Mina separately. I was never a fan of character swapping. It doesn't, it's not heavily like tacked in, I guess you could say. It's just it's something that just feels like it's unnecessary. It's like they've added it just because, and it doesn't need to be added. But anyway,
You got me out of the lake.
good thing is Mina's voice is the same.
A phenomenon. You're a phenomenon. Without you, I'd be fish food. Jep, the helicopter was shot down. Who did it? One of Nemo's robots? And you saw that the volcano has awakened, and the lake's level has risen. Granite House must be underwater. I lost my telephone. It must have slipped from my wrist. Okay, let's look at this calmly. They know I'm on the island, and they'll come get me, that's for sure. I just hope the second copter doesn't get brought down like the first one. I have to figure out what happened. But I'm sitting here unable to walk. Jep, bring me something to make a bandage with. A bandage for my leg, all right?
Right. That's our objective, is to fix Mina's leg. It's quite easy. Something they added in this game, I mean, everything here looks cool. It's basically identical to the first game, minus a few button changes. There's no encyclopedia anymore because she doesn't have her phone on her wrist. They added pottering about, which is pretty cool. So every time you make something now, it fills in every time. So if you make fire, it would put it into puttering about, so you could remember what items you used to make said concoction, I guess you could say. It's easy to show you than do anything, but at the moment you can't really do anything as Jep except pick up items. You have to wait for Mina to be well enough to walk. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around and pick up everything that I remember where it is. That's not a snake. Stupid monkey. We can't get these because we need a really long stick, and that stick is not long enough, so there's no reason to try. We can't. If you touch this happens, which is quite funny. Being attacked by hornets. I mean, well, you're not, but oh yeah, what am I doing? I messed it up. Wait a second. Let me just clean Jep. So if you don't jump in the swamp before you touch the hornet's nest, you get attacked. And you have to click on the run into the swamp to get rid of the wasps. Or pretty sure the hornets. Or what did I don't know. Hornets, wasps. One or the other. Yeah. So that comes in handy, being dirty. You can't be picked up on Mina if you're dirty, but you can do certain things that you can't do otherwise. So that will come into play later. We have to help these stupid fucking monkeys as well, which is something that this game wants you to do for some bloody reason. Bloody monkeys. Instead, we'll ignore Amber for now. I don't know who named these monkeys. But it's not me. And this monkey's a bastard because he's an alpha male, of course. So what you do is you pick up the pine nuts. Whatever you do, do not give anything to this bastard because he is always angry. And you need the items for later on. So we'll run away because that's what we do. Yep, we don't have to concern ourselves with that scrub. So yeah, the later on in the game you have to befriend some monkeys and you have to give them items to befriend them. And you get to a point in the game where if you use too many items beforehand, then you can't make friends with the monkeys. Which then you get to a point in the game where you're stuck and you can't proceed because there's not enough items in the game to befriend the monkeys. So yeah, that only happens near the end of the game, and you don't know you fucked it up until you get to that point in the game. So yeah, it's like, oh, what's that? You spent 4 hours playing this game. Well, good luck. You have to go back to the beginning now, you dickhead, because you used an item that you should never have used. And it's like it's a kick in the face, but you know. You learn from your mistakes, I guess. Oh, there's another monkey. Fortunately, this monkey's quite easy to please. All you need to do is rescue her baby, and then she's your friend for life. But we'll do that later. That's bloody snake's back. This is the same. This is the same snake that we saw in the first game. So to get the time, you have to use the ocarina. It doesn't matter what you use. You just gotta press any button, pick up the time, and then run away. Snake won't attack you, so you're not really that bothered. And so all we need is this dirty cloth we have to wash in the water to get a clean rag, and then we can give that to Mina. eventually when the game decides. There you go.
Do you have my bandage?
There's something you should always do as well. If Jep's health is low, ask for a hug or a caress. Just I don't like the coloured version of it. It just looks weird.
My treasure of the islands.
In fact, I probably should have asked for that later, but it don't matter. We'll give her this, and you'll see what I mean in a minute.
Thanks, Jeb. That's exactly what I needed.
She's got plus 15 at the top. The orange bar at the top is basically the same as the life bar in the first game.
I'm exhausted. Try to eat while I rest. Who knows what's lying in wait for us? And I want you to be in tip-top shape.
So, Jep's health bar is almost full, which is pretty cool. I think I've already used this.
You like to be petted, don't you, sweetie?
Yeah, so hitting space will skip the incredibly long... Well, I don't have any patience. So yeah, hitting space skips audio and stupid cutscenes that you don't need to see. Because it's the same cutscene over and over again. So what we need to do is feed Jep. We can give him flowers. It gives him +5. We've got a little flower on his head now. And we don't have to be frivolent about what we use at the start of the game. We can use the oranges. But instead of using the oranges, what instead we'll do is we'll come over here and do this mini game. So Amber, with her Neepnorp, which is incredibly distracting, you can beg and then she'll let you use this this mini game. Which is, it's easy. But again, this is what they added in this game. They added all these mini games and they are here just to drag the game out. You don't have to do these mini games. Well, you don't have to do this mini game, should I say? Because you don't exactly need the fruit. But it's basically you just click, click, and click. It's simple. You can do it 10 times. You always have 10 fruit at the end of the mini game. But all you need to do is make sure you aim for... Yeah, make sure you always aim for the perfect spot. And then you just keep doing this 10 times. I'm not going to subject you to this, so what I'll do is I'll skip ahead until I got to 10 and I'll speak then. So yeah, 1 second. There we go. 10 seeds. Thanks, monkey. And then we can just feed the seeds to Jep. There you go. That's what you need. So I mean, it's best to save the oranges just in case for something else. Yeah, they obviously do more than one. I think feeding this one seed to Jep gives you like 1 health. Oranges probably give you 5, so it's best to save them for maybe for Mina. So yeah, let's talk to Mina.
You seem in great shape, Jep.
Yep.
So much the better. You'll need enough energy for 2. Hey, did you hear? The sound of a motor. Jep, go see what it is. Maybe help is coming.
Sounded like a Nemo robot. Obviously. Yeah. There he is. There's only one of these dudes left, and this must be the one inside the submarine. The one we had to prove that we were Nemo. And Mina's getting attacked while we're off gallivanting. Where's she gone? If you look on the floor, you can see blood. It's a trail. It's not very clear, but she's up here.
Jep, be careful.
The bloody jaguar. So this jaguar was hinted in the first game. You saw its paws in the clay, but it never made an appearance, which is quite odd. So we could click to go up here, but we don't want to do that just yet. I want to pick up some stuff. So the branch and this rifle. We'll put these in here. We're going to clean this this bandage because we will need it. Here we go. So we've got the bandage. The broken branch can be used for fire. In fact, there is a few things we can do. Let's head back down to the beach. Pick up this. So unfortunately, Granite House now is underwater. I think, well, it was underwater originally, wasn't it? Until the castaways decided to what did they do? They hollowed it out, didn't they, with explosives? Which is quite funny. We're going to pick up the sextant because we have to pick it up with Mina. I have no idea why. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I don't know why we have to be Mina to do that, but yeah. Picked up a can of gasoline, or a jerry can of gasoline. It's weight to mix for sand, which we can't do anything with at the moment. We can do this to get a stick. We'll use that later on. So let's head back to Mina. There are certain things you can do out of order. Like, you can heal Mina before you get rid of the Jaguar, which doesn't make sense, so we'll go up here. Yeah, so if you press space, it kind of forwards the panels.
I'm happy to see you, you rascal.
There's a monster out there.
I was afraid, you know. That nasty old jaguar swam across the lake. He was headed straight for me. I ran here to take refuge. At the time, I didn't feel any pain. But look at the shape my leg is in. And I lost my bandage.
Well, lucky enough, we have the bandage.
Tell me, motor sound, what was it? Another helicopter? I hoped it was our rescuers, even if I didn't really believe it could be. It's normal for them to take a while to get here. In the meantime, we'll have to get by on our own. Oh, my leg is burning. I'm afraid the wound is getting infected. I absolutely have to find an antiseptic.
So we have the flowers, which is thyme. Can we use this as an anesthetic? There you go.
A flower! Jeb, you're so kind. Hey, that's thyme, a natural antiseptic. Jeb, I'm impressed. I'll be able to disinfect my wound. The cut on my leg reopened while I was running. It'll have to be stitched or it won't heal. But how can I do that without a needle and thread? You saw ants on the ground, Jeb? That gives me an idea. The Indians used carnivorous ants to sew up their wounds. You have to find me some. Not those, others. The kind that eat meat.
It's arguably one of the most disgusting ways to heal somebody's wound. But yeah, we know where there's ants. There's some right here. Again, this is another mini game that is entirely incredibly boring. So if you use the leaf we picked up, or the blade of grass we picked up next to here. I picked it up when Slugger was here. And all you need to do is, yeah, so this mini game in itself is, it's boring. You have to click on the ants when they sort of like go past you and you pick them up. You need 7 ants to heal Mina, but you can get a maximum of 10. You don't need the extra 3 ants. You can use them as a source of food if you want to. But yeah, it's not hard. It's just tedious, you know. And it doesn't. It's one of those things where you think, why would they add something like this into a game? Yeah. So, I mean, if you fail so many times like this, you can use you can play in easy mode. Again, this is something else I don't like. The fact that it says here, is this puzzle too difficult? You could play in easy mode by spending a few pride points. Of course, that will slightly lower your final score. It's your choice whether you prefer to ask for help or to maintain your pride. Pride points. Like, of all things to name points, you call it pride. That just, it angers me for some reason. I'm not sure why. I'm a prideful person. I will not play. I will not spend 10 pride points. So what I'm gonna do is I will get all these ants and yeah. There we go. Wow, that was thrilling. Let's see what Mina's like before we begin.
Are you bringing me ants, Jeb?
Yes, I got them for you. Jesus Christ, lady. Here's your ants. This is arguably one of the most disgusting things in this game.
Try to be a good nurse.
But you have to take the ants and stick them into her wound and then click on them and then she would snap. I think she decapitates them.
Good, Jeb. You figured out the technique. Now we have to decapitate the ants quickly so their mandibles stay stuck in the flesh.
Ugh. It's, oh God, it makes me tingle in a bad way. So all you need to do is position these in a way that it seals the wound. It's quite easy. You can fail it, I think, by merging them too close or too far apart. As I said, you'll only use 7, so there you go. Easy.
Perfect.
It's easy,
It's
but
real
disgusting.
fresh medicine. Now we still have to bandage it.
Which we have.
Now I need my bandage.
Which is... yeah. It's so wrong. Just doing that ant thing just makes me...
Thanks, Jeb.
It makes me tingle. Like, a bad tingle.
My leg is much better. I should be able to walk. I'd really like to go out. There's that big cat outside.
Right. You can get rid of the jaguar piss easy. So, remember the hornet's nest? We get to throw that at a cat, which is quite funny. So, before we do that, we have to jump in the disgusting swampy water. Otherwise, the bee hornets will attack us. I don't know if it's a hornet's nest or a bee's nest. But yeah. So, what you need to do is click on the stick, click on the bamboo, the hornet's nest, and then head towards where the cat is. And it should automatically do this, which is quite funny. Fuck you, mate. Hehe. And we should click on that. Oh yeah, a hornet. And click on that to get a hornet's larva and a stick. Nice. And we're done.
I heard the jaguar yowl.
Yep.
I think he'll leave us be now.
But he won't.
Jeb.
It's persistent. Let's jump up on Mina.
Wait a second before you get any closer to me. Jeb, you're a really special monkey, but there's something I have to tell you. Something not very pleasant. To be perfectly frank, Jeb, you're as filthy as an earthworm. Go wash up right now.
Oh.
No, I don't want to hear a thing about it. A monkey as smart as you has to be spick and span.
Wow. Says that coming from someone who's not probably had a bath for like the last couple of days. We did make a sponge earlier, but unfortunately I'm a dumbass and I didn't put it in water because yeah, how smart I am. Well, we don't need the sponge at the moment, so we just click on the water and it cleans us. And
Get up on my shoulder, Jeb. We'll take a stroll outside.
now we can control Mina. Nice.
I'm
There we
really
go.
feeling much better. I'm even a little hungry. I'll have to think about eating something later. That noise again. A robot. It crashed nearby. Let's go see.
So you shouldn't feed Mina or Jeb. Only feed them when you need to. You won't need to feed Mina until a while away from now. You need to feed Jeb later on. But yeah, don't waste any of your food. Just don't. It's not worth it. You might need the food later on. And as I said before, you do need specific ingredients. You need specific items to make friends with monkeys later on, and some of those items can be food, like eggs or oranges, and there's no reason to force to use all your items that you may need later on onto say Mina when she doesn't need it. So yeah, resist the urge. Don't do it. So we can go and see the the robot. In fact, But what I'd do is another thing that you need to do in this game, and that is, remember in the first game you could stick your piece of clay onto your pottery reel and spin it, and then you basically had clay pots or storage for liquids permanently. In this game, though, no. They decided to think that it was a good idea to make your own vases or vases and make them well, not infinite, but you have to make them yourself. This game you need 2 of each type, and there is, from what I remember, 6 types. So you have to make 12. 12
Always
bloody
wet your hands
vases.
before working with clay.
So what you do is click on the clay, click on the water, click on the wheel to spin it, and then there's 3 parts in the piece of clay. You can click top, middle, or bottom. If we click on the top, then click on the wheel again, it should stop it, and then click on the clay, and it takes it, and it should give us a counter at the top.
Oh, it's
There you
so
go.
pleasant to make pottery. I could get used to this.
So that's one. I'll do one of each, and then I'll pause and I'll do the rest of them, because you don't need to see me do this. I hate doing this. I find it tedious. This is what they added in this game. They added like busy work, which I like to call, which is this. Like, it's not needed, but they put it in anyway because, you know, why not? I don't know why. It wouldn't be so bad if the animation was less jank, or not, I say janky, but less boring. Modern games have ruined me. In fact, when I first played this game originally, I hated doing pottery. Because it's like, there's nothing you can really do. It's just click a button and then you're done. There's no fun in it. So that's what, top, middle, and bottom. And then you can do top and middle. You can't do the same. You can't do top and top. If you do, it ruins the clay. We don't need to do that. That's top and top. It's the fact that you have to do this over and over again. It's just boring. Top and bottom. And one more, which will be middle and bottom. I have to think for a second then. Middle. And there we go. So that's all the different types. 6 types. But you need to do one more of each. So I'll do that. And I'll be back after 7,000 years when I've finished doing this, so yeah. There we go. All done. Right. That's that all done. So we need to make fire to burn to... You know what's even more worse? We have to fight every single one of them individually. Oh, God Lord. Just thinking about that makes me quite angry. The fact that I've done this... Like, I played this game a few days ago, and I played it yesterday just to get familiarized myself with some of the logic behind some of the... where the puzzles, the items are and stuff.
Captain.
And good Lord.
Emergency. Captain.
Oh, it's the robot from the Nemo. Yeah,
This robot.
from the Nautilus.
It's the one I met on
Yeah.
board the Nautilus. It always mistakes me for Captain Nemo.
Explosion. Imminent emergency. Island. Danger.
Huh? What danger?
Communicating circuits required. Repairs damaged.
This robot's gone completely haywire. I won't get anything useful out of it until I repair it.